Hi, welcome to Mad Scientist Barbecue. I'm Jeremy Yoder, and today we're going to do an experiment. I'm going to use my smoker as a grill. First thing I've done is lit a chimney of charcoals, and I'm going to pour those out into the firebox, and then I'm going to add some wood, because I've tried this once before, and what I found is just charcoal alone isn't hot enough to get the kind of sear that you want on your meat. Because if you look, the distance from the bottom of the firebox to the grill grate up here is really big, so you need a really hot fire to get the kind of sear you want. And one side benefit of this is that if you use a strong smoking wood like mesquite, like what we're going to use today, you get a really great smoke flavor, even though the grilling time is really short. This is hot. These mesquite logs that I got right here are going to be going on the fire. Now that we left those mesquite logs on there and they were able to burn down into mostly coals, there's still a little bit of fire, but it's no longer a raging fire like it was after I first put them on. And if you look over here, you can see the temperature at the grate right now is 500 degrees, which is a great temperature for grilling. Actually, that was exactly what I wanted. So all I did was take some USDA Prime tri-tips and seasoned with some Montreal steak seasoning, and we're going to throw those onto the grill in my smoker. I'm going to close this lid back down. And one thing you should look at is I left this chimney slightly open. I want most of the heat to stay on the firebox side of the smoker. I don't want it to all go through like I would if I were smoking meat for a long time here. All I want is enough exhaust to get out that the fire doesn't get choked off. And so that's a perfect amount, I think, for the smoker. And hopefully we'll have some really good tri-tip in a few minutes. All right, I think it's time to flip these tri-tips I've got here. One thing I would say is don't try to flip your meat too soon. So don't throw it on and then immediately try to flip it over, because the meat will stick to the grates, right? What you need to do is give it enough time for the meat and the grates to get hot enough so that they will separate easily and they won't stick and tear your meat all apart. And the same thing goes for burgers. Don't throw your burger on and immediately try to flip it. It's going to ruin your burger. Give it time. As it heats up, it's going to be able to liquefy some of the fat, and it's going to be able to separate more easily from the grill grate. So let's flip these tri-tips. I think that one's a little too done, but I think it'll still taste really good. All right, we're going to pull this last tri-tip off of the grill here. I pulled the first one off a few minutes ago because its internal temperature reached 138. And for me, I found that's the magic temperature to pull off tri-tips for the way I like them cooked. But you find out whatever you like best and cook them that way. But let's pull this last guy off. Okay, I'm going to take it inside and let it rest for a few minutes. Here's our tri-tip. We pulled it off. The total cook time on it, I think, was just a little over 30 minutes. I'm really curious to see if there's any wood smoke flavor on this tri-tip. I know when I barbecue something for a long, long time, that it's going to have a smoke flavor to it. But I've never really grilled much of anything and gotten a serious smoke flavor. So that's the thing I'm going to be checking out here. If I undercooked it or overcooked it, I don't really care. The reason I did this is to see what kind of smoke flavor I can get on a piece of meat that I grill. Instead of taking you through every single slice of this tri-tip, all I did was cut it right down the middle, because to me, that's exactly where you want to see how well you've cooked the piece of meat. It looks to be about a medium. I'm perfectly happy with that. This is how I like to eat tri-tip. I don't like to eat it medium rare, and I don't like to eat it medium well or well done. So to me, this is perfect, and I'm really happy with it. So let me take a bite here, and we'll see how it tastes. Now what I like to do is cut up some pieces, make sure I cover both sides with the juice, because that is really, really good stuff. And let's see if I can taste some smoke here. Man, that's delicious. I do taste a little bit of smoke. It's not overpowering or too strong at all. but it's definitely there. I'm really surprised. It's really, really, really good. So what you're seeing right now is from inside because it's just too windy out there to get any kind of good recording of sound. So I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do beforehand, and then you'll just see the video roll after I do that. So I've patted up a bunch of burgers that I'm going to try to grill out on the smoker there, and they're going to be seasoned with just salt and pepper. I like it really simple, nothing fancy. And then when they're almost done, I'll throw some cheese on top and melt that on there, and add some great cheeseburgers, and we'll let you know how it turned out. After putting them on, all I'm going to do is let them cook until I see juices start rising out of the top. After that, I'll flip all the burgers over, let them keep cooking until I see juices rising out of that side. Start to see that, I'm going to take some cheese, put it on top. When the cheese is melted, I know that those burgers are going to be done. I'm going to pull them off and throw them on some buns with some sauce and some pickles and stuff. They're going to be great. I just added a little bit of salt and pepper to the other side of the burgers. I always like to put the burgers on, season one side, flip them over, season the other side, wait for them to be almost done, and then add my cheese. All right, time to put some cheese on these burgers. I'm gonna use some cheddar cheese, whatever kind you like. But I'm gonna use cheddar, maybe some Monterey Jack, and we'll show you what they look like when we're done. All right, we took one of our cheeseburgers. I actually used cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese that I melted on there. I threw on some pickles and some Dijon mustard. I'm about to give it a taste test, and we'll see what kind of flavors we got here. Man, that's really good. I didn't expect to taste as much smoke flavor on here as I do. I can really taste the smoke, maybe because it was mesquite. Mesquite is such a strong wood, which is kind of what I was going for. But with the cheese and just simple salt and pepper, man, this is a really flavorful, really juicy burger. Thank you for watching Mad Scientist Barbecue. Please like and subscribe below, and we'll be back with more videos. For English, please press 1 now. Para Español, marque 2. I love the cheese.